All right, so these ones are inequalities because they have that inequality sign, correct? We're going to solve them just like you would solve questions. Now, you guys already know how to do it with the calculator, right? Okay, so there's only one thing that you're going to have to remember, and we're going to go over that in a minute. So let's go ahead and write it like you would write it on the calculator, okay? So I would say 7x plus 2, and I'm going to move that to the other side, and I'm going to move that to the other side, correct? Okay? So that would be minus 4x minus 15. So this is where you need to stop and say, do I have more positives or more negative x's? Now, if you want to do that, the only thing that you need to take a look at are your x's. There you go. There's an x and there's an x. This first one is positive 7x. That second one is negative 4x. Do you have more negative x's? No, you have more positive because 7 is bigger, right? Which means you are keeping the sign the way that it is, okay? Keeping the sign exactly like it is. So I'm going to say x is greater than, and then the calculator will give me the answer, right? So I'm going to go to the calculator. Make sure you clear it. Does everybody remember how to clear it? Second, tell me, second plus 7, 1, and 2. Okay. So I'm going to go to math, and I'm going to scroll up, and I'm going to fix over. And let's see, 7x plus 2 minus 4x minus 15. And then it's enter, alpha, enter. What would that be? 4 and 1/3. I think that's how you have it on one of your answer choices. 4 and 1/3. Positive 4 and 1/3. Now let's talk about what that means. Do you see the 4 and 1/3? Yes. What does that mean? That x is greater than 4 and 1/3. What does it mean? Okay, so give me a number that is greater than 4 and 1/3. 6, 5. Can I be 0? That's not bigger than 4 and 1/3. All right. Number 2. You might be able to show your work over here, right? Because we're really not showing any work. We're just putting everything to one side of the inequality, correct? Okay, so let's see. That next one would be 10 minus 3x. And then I'm going to move that. That would be minus 5x. And then I'm going to move the 26. And it will be minus 26. And now I'm going to go to my calculator and do my thing. Go up and then clear. Remember, you don't clear before you go up, right? Because it takes you out of the program. So let's write it like you see it. 10. Uh-oh. Clear. 10 minus 3x minus 5x minus 26. Okay, what step did Miss Marie forgot? To stop and do what? And figure out how many x's. Do I have more negative x's or do I have more positive x's? So let's see. I have a negative 3x and a negative 5x. All I have are what? Negative x's. So that sign, that inequality needs to be what? Flipped. Very good. You guys did a little bit of this last year, right? All right. For those of you that were in pre-AP. All right. So enter, alpha, enter. So that would be negative 2. Okay. So x, instead of greater than, is going to be what? Less than or equal to, and then negative 2. Now give me a number that satisfies that condition. A number that is less than negative 2 or equal to negative 2. J. Negative 2. Give me another one. Negative 1 is negative 1 less. Why is negative 1 not less? to zero the big everything. Alright, so it's -3, -4, -5, negative infinity, right? But nothing bigger than -2. Alright. Number 3. 9x plus 40. And then talk to me about how I would write it. Minus 15 plus x. Alright, let's go ahead and figure out. Do I have more positives or more negative x's? All I have are positives, so what happens to the sign? It stays the same. Very good. See how it's easy? Once you know how to do equations, it's really easy. All you got to remember is this right here. Look, it's on the board. And everything's cheating. That's what it's there for, right? So more negative x's change the it's there for you to use, okay? So x is less than or equal to what did you guys get in the calculator? Negative what? 2.5? 2.5? All right. We good? Yeah? Okay. Next one, let's talk about it in your group. Go. 2 minutes. Go. All right, let's write it as we would on the calculator, right? So 3x minus 7 minus 18. Now, in here, I would distribute, okay? Or understand that I have how many x's? It's not just one, it's how many? 3, because I have 3 of those parentheses. Does everybody understand that? Yay or nay? Good? All right, so I have 3 x's, right? I need to understand that I have 3 x's. Now, in here, it really doesn't matter because I only have 1 x, right? But when you have 2 parentheses, it does. You got to be careful whether you have more or less. Now, do you have more negatives? Then you have to put the sign. No, you don't, so we're going to keep the sign. So this is what I do. See, I chunk it. I don't do too many things in my head because I get confused. That's what happens in this reading. I get too confused when I try to do too many things at the same time. So I move everything to one side. Then I do this. Then I move the calculator. Okay? Because that's the easiest part. So what do you get? X is greater than what? 13. 13? So give me a number that satisfies this condition. 15. 15. Can it be 13? No, it cannot. No, it cannot. All those are what? Less than 13. Okay, we're going to skip around. I'm going to do 13. Ready for 13? Okay? All right, so the only thing that I'm going to have to do in here is move that 60 and it becomes a what? I'm being a little lazy. I'm not going to write it. I'm just going to put that minus 60 right underneath it. Is that okay? Does everybody understand that? Yay? Yes? All right, so let's see. Now we got to figure out, do I have more positives or more? Okay, so in here, I have 7 times 5, which is what? 35t. This is why I make you solve for those first 2 days, so you understand all these things. And over here would be negative 2 times 15, which would be what? Negative 30t. Now, I am not going to write a negative 30t on the calculator, right? No. I just want to figure out, do I have more positives or do I have more negatives? Okay, more positives or more negatives? Positive. More positives, which means, do I change the sign? No, I sure don't. So I'm going to say x is less than. Okay, I'm going to erase this for a second. I'm sorry. And now this is where I really want to, this would be 35t, right? And that one was negative 30t. Now this is where I want to figure out how do I write it on the calculator so that I don't get confused, okay? So I'm going to say 7, 5t, which you're not going to put a t, you're going to put an x, right? Doesn't matter what letter you pick. No, it sure doesn't. Minus 2, I'm sorry, minus parentheses. Oh, these are not 30. I sure did it wrong. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the 2 is at the bottom. Stop me. This will be negative 15, right? Now, that doesn't change because I still have more positives. Thank you so much. I thought that the 2, my brain saw that 2 outside that parentheses. You see that? Okay, so that would be minus, and then 2 plus 15t, and then minus 60. You with me? No? Or yes? What do we got? What is x? X is less than what? 4.5? Do we agree? I need you to do it. Don't wait for somebody to do it. I need you to practice on that calculator. 4.5. That's what Angelica is telling me. I want to make sure that that is correct. Do we agree? Yay, nay? Yes? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and write it like we would on the calculator. 9. And then do I mess with my parentheses? Now that's your MVP, right? Most valuable player. You don't mess it up. But what happens to the 12? It's minus. Very good. Minus 12, and that would be 12t minus 3. All right. Now I have to figure out if I have more negatives than positives. Let's see. Over here I have 9 times 9t would be what? 81t, and then negative 12 times 12t, negative 144t. So do I need to flip the sign? I sure do. Very good. So that would be x instead of greater than is going to be what? Less than or equal to, and then after that you do your thing on the calculator. This should be a lot easier than what we were doing last week, because you already know how to do the questions, don't you? Is it 0? Yes. Yay? Yes. Yes? So does x has to be less than or equal to 0? Yes. Let's check that. I want to check it. It's because it makes me a little nervous when I see that 0, and I'm like, oh, I might do it wrong, right? So how can I check? Plug it in, and I need to plug it in over here, and I need to plug it in over there on the original inequality, right? Original inequality. So it would be 9 times 0 minus 4, and that has to be greater than or equal to 12. 12 times 0 minus 3. Now, 9 times 0 is what? 0, right? 0 minus 4 is what? Negative 4. And what is 9 times negative 4? Negative 36, right? 12 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 3. And 12 times negative 3. So is that greater than or equal to negative 36? It's not greater than, but it's what? Equal. It's equal, and it only needs to be one of them, right? Okay? Alrighty. Okay, go to number